Hey, everybody. Welcome to Trail Talk. I know you're probably tired of seeing me today, but we've got a brand new face. Well, I guess it's not brand new. This is Jerral Swanson. Jerral was here last year about this same time. And anyway, we're here at the Chisholm Trail Heritage Center. As you know, we've been raising money for Texoma Gives all day, but right now we're going to talk about another really great fundraising event that is happening this weekend. Jerral's very important as far as that goes, and that's why you heard his phone go off. I mean, he might be called away at any time. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that serious. But so we are here, you are here to talk about the second annual. I'm going to hold this. You guys have probably seen this. It's been posters. These are great posters, by the way, Jerral. Posters like this all over town. They have been on Facebook. The second annual Rowdy Swanson Memorial Bull Riding event. And it is happening this Saturday at 6 o'clock at the fairgrounds, the Stevens County Fair and Expo Center, an outdoor arena. And so I'm just going to say, if you're a bull riding fan, the fairgrounds is going to be the place to be.
It's going to be the place to be
on Saturday. So first of all, let's give us a report about last year, which was I don't know if you would want to say the first annual, but it was the very first Memorial Bull Riding event in memory of your son, Rowdy.
That's right.
And so tell us, kind of refresh, there may be some new viewers who aren't familiar with Rowdy and his story. And so tell us a little bit about that first.
So Rowdy was a bull rider. He started riding sheep when he was real young, came up through the high school ranks, went to college at OSU, was on the rodeo team at OSU, just had gotten his pro card so he could start going to the PRCA rodeos. And September the 17th of 2020, he was at a pro rodeo in Mineral Wells, Texas, was stepped on by a bull and tragically killed. So after that all happened, I wanted to turn that into something good. So I was talking with the coach at a rodeo coach at OSU, and we decided to set up a scholarship in his memory. So what we done is we started raising funds. We had to get to $25,000 to make it an endowment, which would make it'll last forever.
Right.
Every year from now on, we'll be able to give a scholarship. So we started raising funds. We got to the $25,000 mark within just a few months. And of course, I don't want to stop. I want to keep going.
Right.
So we set it up at OSU, and it's actually a tool for the rodeo coach at OSU to recruit, because they have to be a member of the OSU rodeo team or someone that's coming in that wants to compete on the rodeo team at OSU. So that's what we done.
Mm-hmm.
To this point, we've raised over $60,000. Again, I don't want to stop. So last year, our big event was the first annual Rowdy Swanson Memorial Bull Riding, and we done it at the Claude Gill Arena here in Duncan. We raised just over $16,000 at that event. So it was a great event.
Now, wait. If you guys have been involved in fundraising, $16,000 in one day is a chunk. That means it was a very successful day, Jerral.
Yeah, I was very pleased. And again, I want to make it bigger and better every year. That's my goal. I mean, I raised $16,000 last year. If I could raise $32,000 this year, I would be tickled. But as long as I can keep raising money for that endowment, I'm tickled to death.
Right.
Because that's what Rowdy would want.
Mm-hmm.
He was the soft-hearted kid. We tell everybody all the time we think he was our Lane Frost, because I mean, he never failed to take a moment at a bull ride. And if there was a kid there needed help, he was over there talking to him, helping him. He just loved the sport.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great event. And we enjoy putting it on. It's a lot of work, but I have an army of people helping me. And if it wasn't for those people, if it wasn't for our sponsors here in town, helping us raise some money to get, just for the funds to get this thing started, because it takes a lot of money, but we just want to keep going.
Right. And I was looking to see if the sponsors are listed on here.
They're not listed on there.
Okay.
But I will give a shout out to a couple of our big sponsors. Tilly Pressure Test, Tilly Trucking, Tilly Group. They've been a huge part of this, as well as the Surgical Institute at True North. Dr. Shay Miller has been a crucial. Duncan Orthopedics. There's just a lot of people out there, and I can't name them all by no means, but if you come to the bull riding, you'll see the banners out there. I mean, everybody has really, really opened up and supported this thing.
And so describe this event for folks. I mean, if some of us didn't get out there last year and we are thinking maybe we'd like to come this year, what could we expect?
So it's going to start at 6 o'clock. Actually, we have a lot of vendors that are going to be set. I think we have 16 vendors that are setting up, which they'll be selling t-shirts, tumblers. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that'll be set up out there. So you can browse around. I think they're supposed to be there at 4 o'clock to start setting up. So by 4:30 or 5 o'clock, those guys will be set up where you can go around and buy stuff from those. The cool thing about it is we don't charge those guys to set up, but they actually donate an item, and we have a silent auction during the bull ride. So you can buy from the vendors, you can go to silent auction, bid on those things. There's all kinds of things out there. We'll have tools, belts, leather work. We actually have a guided hog hunt donated. So, and I mean, there's just a lot of things that you can buy and see. And then of course, we've got at this point somewhere between 35 and 40 bull riders. So it's going to be, we're going to buck a lot of bulls, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope everybody can come out and enjoy it. You can get your tickets in advance at Crutcher's Western Wear or at the Moose Lodge here in Duncan. They're $7 in advance. If you can't buy them in advance, you can get them at the gate for $10. So yeah, I'm telling you, you won't have more fun. We're going to put on a show and we're going to have a good time no matter what.
No matter what. So the doors are going to open out there
probably somewhere around 5 o'clock.
about 5.
Yeah, between 4:30 and 5.
And then the vendors will be there until the event's over.
Until the event's over.
Okay, and about how long do you think that would be?
Hopefully we can get this pulled off in about 2.5 hours. If everybody, all the bull riders show up, we're going to try to buck around 50 head of bulls, but we can run through them pretty quick. But a couple of hours, we should be done. Also, another thing we have, last year I wore it, but I didn't wear it this year, but we make commemorative t-shirts. They're limited supply because we order so many, and when they're gone, they're gone. But last year we had a shirt made, and this year we have a different shirt made. So that's another cool thing. You can buy some, we have caps made. You can buy things that has Rowdy's brand on it. So anyway, there's a lot of things. And I'll tell you this, another thing that's really, really interesting is we had a lady from Laredo, Texas, that contacted me just a couple of weeks ago, and this was kind of a fly by the seat of your pants deal, but she has actually handcrafted commemorative belt buckles, and they are super, super nice, but we're only selling 25 each. 25 for, she actually went back and made a buckle from last year, and then she made a different buckle this year. And there's going to be 25. They're going to be numbered 1 through 25. So you can also buy one of those, and we're going to try to make that a commemorative deal where if you're a belt buckle collector, you can buy number 25 belt buckle, and you can buy it every year from here on out. And hopefully it will be a great collector's item.
Oh, wow. That is really cool. Now, and if you're not the collector, I bet you know someone who is. What a great gift.
Yeah. They're really, really nice buckles too. It was unbelievable when she sent me the prototype last week, a picture of it, and I was just totally amazed. They're beautiful.
Wow.
So that's another thing that's going to be, there's just going to be a lot of things. We'll have a concession stand. But again, I just want to reiterate that everything that we make at this thing, nobody makes a dime off of this. It all goes back to OSU, to the scholarship, because that's what it's about.
Right. Now, I mean, you have a purse, right?
Yes.
For the riders,
yes,
which makes it, I mean, they're paying an entry fee, but I mean, they're getting a chance to compete, which, I mean, you have to have that side of it.
Right.
But I mean, it is a fundraiser, and what a great cause, you know, to help some young people have a chance to just live out their dream and be rodeo competitors.
Well, you know, it's not every day that a kid gets to go to college to be on a rodeo team,
or
even go play football for a college team or whatever. But you know, this will help somebody. And the last 2 years we actually gave them the scholarship to a local cowboy, He's actually from Walters, but Remington White, actually, they presented that scholarship to him last year, and then they also gave it to him again this year. He is a bull rider at OSU right now. Matter of fact, Remington is supposed to be out there this weekend riding, so that's a big thing.
Oh,
So,
nice local,
yeah.
a local guy.
Yeah.
That's one, and a D1 rodeo competitor. You know, that's impressive too.
big.
He's got to be good.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna throw this out there. This is kind of a plug, but something pretty exciting, but also kind of scary for me.
Yeah.
Is Roper, which is my youngest son, which was Rowdy's brother. He rode bulls back when he was probably 12, 14 years ago. He was riding bulls with Rowdy, but he didn't like it. It wasn't his thing. But he come to me about, I don't know, probably 3 weeks ago, and he said, "Dad, I'm breaking out Rowdy's gear bag. I'm getting on this weekend." So Roper is actually getting on at the bull riding, which is scary for me, but
Right.
because of what has happened, it's scary.
Right.
But he told me, he said, "I've got something to prove. We'll see what happens."
Wow.
You know, see what
Wow.
happens. So
Has he been like
yeah,
practicing?
he's been on
and
a few practice bulls the last few weeks. So that's I told him, I said, "I don't want you doing this if you can't get on some practice bulls," but
Right.
he's been getting on some, and so we'll see how it works out for him.
Wow.
It would be a huge deal if he could go out and win that for his brother. this
That's going to be a pretty emotional first ride for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So anyway, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. If you like bull riding, you like rodeo, you're gonna enjoy this because we're gonna put on a show.
So last year, you mentioned earlier, we were kind of chatting before we came on, that there were hundreds of people who attended. Are you talking about folks from like all over the state? Were there people who came from out of state?
Yeah, there was
or-
people from everywhere. Of course, we put it on social media. I've been working this deal for the last probably 3 months, trying to promote it. Of course, we all know social media is the place to get it out there.
For sure. Yeah,
But
we believe in social media around here.
I do know this. I do know, I was told, we'll see if it happens, but the OSU rodeo coach is supposed to be there this weekend. So we'll have people come from Stillwater, of course, because a lot of Rowdy's friends are still up there.
Mhm.
I just got off the phone with my cousin before I got here. Her daughter plays soccer for Oklahoma college in Oklahoma City, and she's bringing a bunch of her international soccer team members that have never been to a rodeo or a bull ride. So it'll be fun for them. It'll be exciting. They've never seen this before, so
Oh,
that'll be interesting to see them and see how they get into it. But so you can imagine there'll be people from everywhere.
Mhm.
There'll be a lot of local people, but last year we estimated, of course, we didn't get an exact head count, but we estimated somewhere between 700 and 800 fans there to watch the
Wow.
bull ride.
That is
So-
such a big crowd for something
It
here
is.
in Duncan.
It is.
You know, I mean, that's way more than attend a football game or, you know, most sporting events around here. So that is really fantastic.
Yeah, it was
Um,
great.
And so, this is the second annual, and I know you were very encouraged after such a great turnout and everything last year. Do you anticipate this just being like your main fundraising?
Yeah, we pretty much punted everything else. When we first started this deal, I actually had t-shirts made, and I had caps made and window stickers.
Mhm.
And I went to rodeos and I mean all kinds of events and just set up a booth. And that's how I started raising money. But after a while, you get tired. I mean, you're
Right,
going
that's-
here, there, and yonder, and
Yeah.
you know, you might go set up an event, you might make $300 or $400 or whatever. But this is something big that we can try to keep going every year, and that we can raise a lot of money, because
Mhm.
it takes months to organize this. I
Right,
mean, it's a big thing. It takes a lot of people, like I said before, and it's a lot of work. But the outcome is great.
right.
And so, yeah, this is our big fundraiser.
It's nice to be able to like focus all of your energy and just make one really fantastic, elite kind of event.
Right.
You know, and just instead of a whole bunch of little ones
Yeah.
that are exhausting.
Yeah.
Just get exhausted one time.
Yeah, this
a
is
year.
exhausting for 2 or 3 months, and
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's over, and then I can kind of relax for a little while before I start the next year. But anyway, and then the other thing that we're having also that evening after the bull riding, we're gonna have an after party that's gonna be at the Moose Lodge. And Arbuckle Express, which is a band out of over around Sulphur Davis area, they're going to be there at the dance playing music. It's $10 a head to get in. And then there's a possibility that we may have some live auction items that we're going to auction off at the Moose Lodge that night during the break while the band's breaking, So that's another thing that we're going to do. Last year we done the same thing, but we started the bull riding last year at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The after party started at 9. Well, there was a big break there.
Right.
So this year, that's why we decided to start the bull riding later. So you can actually go straight from the bull riding and go straight to the after party. So it'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time out there as well.
Wow, the Moose Lodge sound like they're really
Big supporters.
big support.
Big supporters of it.
Actually, there's a poster out there about that band
Yes.
too, and I didn't think to grab it. We've had these posters hanging up around here. So wow, this sounds like a lot of there's a lot of moving parts
To
to all
lot
of
it.
this
Yeah, that's exactly
to
right.
make this thing come together.
Yeah, and that's why I said it takes so many people to get it together because there's no way I could do this by myself.
Yeah.
And that's why it takes the sponsors. It takes everybody working. You have to think you've got people to take gate money. You got people selling t-shirts. You got people taking care of vendors. You've got judges. You've got stock contractors. It's a huge thing, and it does. And if everything don't work just right, but obviously it did last year because it was a big success.
Right.
Big success.
Right. And, when we were talking earlier, you said, there are other bull riding events going on this weekend as well. So to be able to have an event that is something bull riders are putting it up here to choose from one of these, that speaks to how successful it was.
Yep. And the other thing is too, we don't have a lot of big name people coming, but I can tell you the kid that won the bull ride last year, his name's Declan Garland. He's from out at Foster. He's actually a PBR bull rider. He is actually on one of the PBR teams that's running down the road right now. He's entered. He's going to be there. He was another one of Rowdy's friends. He was another one of Rowdy's traveling partners. I've got pictures of those boys holding buckles that they won standing at a bull riding. So that's a big thing. You got a PBR guy coming.
Yeah.
And he won it last year. So, he's going to be trying to do the same thing. But I will tell you this, last year, it paid $2,400 to the champion bull rider last year.
Wow.
Which is a big purse. That's a big purse for an open bull ride. It's a lot of money for a kid to ride 2 bulls, 8 seconds each. $2,400 for 16 seconds. That's pretty good money.
That's making some good money right there.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just, and it's so much fun to get out there. And I get to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in years because I'm kind of out of the rodeo deal now. I don't go down the road anymore, but a lot of those people come and support this deal too. And that's great too. A lot of friends, because the rodeo family, it's a family. It's not, you're not just friends, you're family.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun.
Wow. Well, this sounds like such a great, when you said you have an army of people, everything you keep saying, oh, and we have this and we have this, I'm thinking, man, you do have an army of people helping you.
Well, and that's what I told somebody. It's tough for me to let go of some of it because, you want things to be run right and you want it run your way, but I just have to let those people, take care of it. And they've done a tremendous job. Yeah. Tremendous job. I don't have to worry about it. They've done it and they've put it on and we've pulled it off.
Yes.
So we pulled it off once. Now we're going to pull it off again.
There you go. Well, I sure hope you have a huge success this weekend. Like you said, better than last year.
Better than last year.
Better than last year. And I can just tell you're very excited, and a little tired.
Yeah.
But very excited about the potential for all of this. And I just love it so much that you chose a scholarship, an endowment, to honor Rowdy, to support rodeo, and, just to help some kids achieve their dream.
Sure.
That's just such a great thing for you to be raising money for, Jerral. It's just one of the best things.
And and the nice thing about this too is last year, just like the bullfighters, I hired a gentleman last year, one of the bullfighters, and this kid hadn't been fighting bulls very long, but somebody recommended him to me, and I was like, I'll give him a shot. So he came down here. He was a tremendous bullfighter. And the day he left, he told me, he said, put me down for next year. So that tells you, something, we're doing something right here.
Yes.
Anyway, so this whole year, since last year, this kid has done some amazing things. He's won a lot of money bullfighting and protecting cowboys, but he's made it big time. Well, back in my mind, I'm thinking, uh-oh, is he really coming?
Yeah.
But he hasn't backed out, and he told me, he said, don't worry about me. He said, I'm going to be there. He said, we had a great time. It was a great benefit. It was a great success, and I will be there. And sure enough, he's going to be here.
Oh, wow.
The bullfighters will actually be at Crutcher's Western Wear on Saturday at 1:00 to sign autographs.
Ah,
So
very good.
that's a big thing. And our barrel man, or our funny man, comedy guy, his name's Jack Bird. He's actually from Ada, and he is probably a third or fourth generation barrel man. So he's young, but he's gonna be a lot of fun. He's funny, he's hilarious, have a lot of good acts. But bring the kids out, man. Let's make this a family event.
Right.
Because that's what it's about.
Right.
You know.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I forgot all about the guys who run around out there and, distract the bulls so the cowboy can get up and get out of the arena. And the guys, I mean, we used to call them rodeo clowns back in the day, but they would, when they would jump in the barrels and hide, and the bulls would hit the barrels and roll them around, everything, I mean, it was scary, but it was funny too at the same time. And I forgot all about that part of the bull riding.
Yeah, I don't know what Jacqueson's got up his sleeve, but I'm sure he'll have some good stuff. I mean, with his grandpa and his dad, and now him, I mean, there's no telling what he's got in his hip pocket,
exactly,
for comedy, but he will entertain the crowd for sure.
Oh, that'll be.
And then the Stevens County Honor Guard will be there to present the colors, which is a big thing. I mean, rodeo, you have to have somebody to present the colors, because that's what this is all about. I mean, we love the sport of rodeo, but we only get to do that because of our military and armed forces that keep us free. So we appreciate them coming out and presenting the colors as well for us.
Wow.
So
I'm telling you, from start to finish, this thing has it all.
Yeah,
it really does.
And I'm sure I've missed something, but
well, just go out and
see what we missed. I don't know. And hey, you know what? If you come out there and see something I missed, let me know.
Right.
I mean, we'll make it better next year, and that's what it's about. I mean, just make it better. That's what we got to do.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think you'll have a good time if you come out. I really do.
So if people, they already have plans for this weekend, but they want to see what you're doing be a success, is there a way people can make a donation?
Yes. So you can actually go directly to OSU. It's called philanthropy.com, and you can actually donate directly to the scholarship fund. You just have to ear tag it Rowdy Swanson Memorial Endowment, and they will put it directly into the account.
Okay.
And it's all tax deductible. So, if you want to do that.
So you get a letter or whatever from the school for that. So we can put that in the comments there on this post. So
yeah, a lot of people do that. I mean, a lot of people just send their money directly to, if they can't come out and support it, they do that. So, and we had a lot of that throughout the last couple of years. So
nice. That's I mean, for what you're doing and for the future of rodeo at, specifically at Oklahoma State, but then even professionally, I mean, you're investing money into the lives of some young people, but you're also, and you're perpetuating bull riding, even though it was something Rowdy loved. It was the thing that it took his life as well, but you're still supporting it. And so you see the good that's in the sport, and there's a risk. There's a risk with anything that you do that's kind of a, I don't want to use the word danger, but like I don't know, extreme. It's kind of an extreme sport.
Absolutely.
And it's not for everyone, but it is for some people.
And those guys know when they crawl on the back of one of those bulls, I mean, it's dangerous. They know that, but it's a rush like they've never had before. I mean, it's a high for them. And you know, and you say that, yeah, we are supporting the bull riding, the rodeo industry, but more importantly than that, we're letting those kids go to compete at college at a rodeo, but more importantly, get an education. That's more important than anything, but at least that can help them supplement what they're doing.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so that's the big thing. And that's why, you know, I wasn't a big OSU fan until Ratty started going up there. And, you know, of course, when your money's going up there, you have to support them.
Right. Right.
But
yeah.
after he got up there and started, I was like, you know, this is great, you know. And so that's why we done it there, because that's where he did go to school. But I think it's a great thing for those kids to be able to go up there and rodeo and get an education.
Oh, sure. So if there's a young person who wants to apply for this scholarship, does the rodeo coach make that decision, or is there like an application process?
So you have to fill out an application and you have to contact the rodeo coach, because he kind of uses this as a recruiting tool, kind of like, you know, the football players or whatever. I mean, he uses that as a recruiting, because the big thing at OSU is they're not a huge rough stock bull rider, bareback rider. They're not a huge school for that. Most of their rodeo team members are barrel racers, goat tires, ropers, things like that. But that's why we wanted to do this, because we wanted to try to grow that at Stillwater. And so he actually uses that as a recruiting tool, but he actually has the ultimate say in who gets the scholarship. But when we did set it up, we did set up guidelines. First and foremost, it goes to somebody that's going to school at OSU that wants to ride bulls at OSU. Now, if he don't have anybody that's a bull rider, then it goes to the next rough stock event, which would be bareback riding or saddle bronc riding. And then it continues going down the line until they give it to somebody. But like I said, the last 2 years it's been to a bull rider.
Right.
So, and that was important to us, because that's what Rowdy loved to do. I mean, he team roped as well, but his main event was bull riding.
Right.
So anyway.
Well, it sounds like Saturday could be a very full and fun day, starting at 1 o'clock at Crutchers, where the bull fighters will be signing autographs. Then you want to get out to the fairgrounds about 5, when the vendors are all open and available for you to do some shopping. And then at 6 o'clock, the bull riding starts, and there's going to be supper and everything else that you can get while you're out there. And then following that, was there a time, or is it just after?
9:30.
About 9:30.
Hopefully we'll be done with the bull riding by 8:30 or so, and then the after party will start at 9:30.
We'll start out at the Moose Lodge, and so it's $7 advance tickets at the Moose Lodge or at Crutchers.
Right, that's for the bull riding.
For the bull riding. $10 at the gate.
Correct.
And then $10 for the after party.
The after party, and the after party tickets are the same. You can buy them at Crutchers or the Moose Lodge as well, but they're the same price as at the door. So it's $10 ahead to get in it, but you can buy them at the door, or you can buy those ahead of time as well.
Okay.
So if you're going to go in and get your bull riding tickets, might as well buy your after party tickets as well. And it'll be fun. And live music at the after party. So it sounds like you have a great Saturday. And I'll just tell you, this after party thing, a lot of people may not know this band, but Ty England, which is Garth Brooks's guitar player for years. They've actually played with Ty a lot, as well as Joe. They were a cover band for Joe Diffie as well. So this is not your run of the mill. These guys are skilled. They're skilled. They're skilled and experienced. So that sounds like a great time for some, I don't know, sounds like two-stepping. Two-step might be happening out there that night. So anyway, Jerral, thanks for coming on and sharing this with us. You guys, plans, if you don't have any plans for Saturday, I think you got something that you could go enjoy now. And hopefully we'll see you around next year. Yeah, absolutely. You can be back, come back and tell us all about what's going to happen at the 3rd annual Rowdy Swanson Memorial Bull Riding. But this year, you guys go out and support Rowdy's memory and the scholarship that you guys have, that you're making money for. Well, Jerral, it's time for us to go. So it's time to say happy trails. All right. You ready? Yep. Okay. Happy trails.